No, I got another ghetto cousin. We'll refer to him as Mickey. If you don't know which one Mickey was is Robert Blake, the one that eventually got off, I think, for murdering his wife. I think that was him. That was the case, and that's Robert Blake. So we'll call him Mickey. Mickey is a 20% tall, light-skinned dude with a Sunni, so he's off for the broads for sure. And he be wearing that trendy man shit. Not to the point where, like that one, I can't get over how that one dude try to say, me looking at them clown suits on them niggas that niggas be wearing. I don't ever see white dudes really wearing shit like that. Because niggas want to draw attention to themselves. I ain't going to say no more about that. But yeah, he wouldn't. See, that one outfit that I showed, it would look perfect if they had a nice mustard colored nose to go like a clown's nose, boop, as another accessory. To match the nose would match the vest, which matched the shoes. See them shoes? I don't really think I got them in the shot. It looked like I had them in the shot earlier, but I didn't really see them when I watched the video. But the shoes were mustard colored with them white socks looking like Michael Jackson. And them chinos. Disgusting. I would never get caught dead in no shit like that. But anyway, my one cousin is really close with Mickey. We'll call him Porky. The reason why is Porky was Spanky's little brother, and I always looked out for Porky when we were little boys. One story, or two stories. I was pushing him on one of them wagons, and he went underneath of a car. And this is the early 70s. No, this is the late, no. This is the early, he was born in 79, and he was like 3 years old, so this is like the early 80s. And cars back then used to have suspension that you could lift. I didn't lift the car off the ground, off the wheels, but I did lift it enough to get him out underneath under there. And he was crying. And you know, I was so young, I just sent him home crying, and I ran into my house. And that was the end of that. But obviously he lived because he just celebrated his 41st birthday party. And one thing, or his 41st birthday, and one thing, because we were reminiscing, he talked about, and I don't remember doing this, he talked about how when I was like 15, I would have made him 10 or 5 years apart. Yeah, so maybe let's say 16, 1990. I would have him come over and I would, give him like a starter jacket. I would give him clothes like it was a have, and they live right next door to me, and nobody looked out for them. Like I used to take my toys and play Star Wars with them, take my Fisher Price Adventure people. I was never selfish with my shit with them, which is why I think I never really learned that, because they never took advantage of it. They never stole my toys. They never broke them. They never did that. And then that kind of made me think that I could be like that with everybody who was not as fortunate as me, and they wouldn't take advantage of it. Well, I learned that lesson. So, yeah, but I still looked out for them. Now, does that sound like somebody that didn't like people at age 16? Or did people kind of metamorphosize me into this bah humbug dude when it comes to people? I'll let you figure that out. But yeah, CJ off of the broads would wear that shit, but except he wouldn't be wearing the mustard colored shit. Because I seen pictures of him. That's what probably put it in my head to make a video about stuff like that. He was showing me pictures. Pretty boy, 20%, right? Tall, light-skinned nigga with a Sunni. If you lined us all up and had women pick, they would all pick him first. And then by default, they would go to any one of us based on our status and what we got. They would probably go for Alfalfa, the one that was on the boat, bragging about how he was going to win and won. Probably. And he looks like Umar Johnson. So you tell me. And he would be the one to get the most women because of everything we know about women. When everything is, we're all taking at our value. Alfalfa. And he looks like Umar Johnson. So, But anyway, CJ, Mickey, we're at this party for Porky, and he's showing me picture after picture after picture. All these women that he be meeting. He's the type to go to a club and meet a girl, nice looking girl, and that's his girlfriend in 2 weeks. But the pictures he's showing me are all black women, so I'm not interested. I'm desensitized to all these women. So he's able to get women like he wants to get them. Let me tell you what he did. He had a good job. It was in the legal field, because he went to one of those private schools. I'm telling you about them private schools that serve as like feeder patterns to, like, if you graduate from like a Tower Hill or Friends or Caravel Academy, Archmere, St. Andrews, any of these schools, you're going to the college of your choice. Because I guess they figure if you got through a program like that, you're college-bound material. And I was going to go to, he went to Tatnall, which is one of those schools. I was going to go to Tatnall. Remember I said I was a have? That's the only thing besides the wrestling. But being that's the only thing that made me not be able to do something that was worth something. I mean, the wrestling is nothing. But when I think about what I really didn't get to do, it was go to Tatnall. Because before I went to public school, I was proud to be a nerd. Like, my dad told me about it several times. I didn't see it because I was a kid, but he was like, you were more focused and all this. I would dress and my pants would never be sagging. I didn't wear jeans. My first couple of days of public school, no, in high school, I went to public school first and eighth grade, didn't have a problem. But when I went to school in ninth grade, I was wearing them Sebagos the first 2 days. And the third day, I had on some Adidas. And niggas was like, yeah, man, it's about time you wore some Adidas. I ain't think you had nothing but these white boy shits. They was kind of dissing me, but they wasn't, you know, they wasn't dissing me when I was wearing the Sebagos. They was dissing me when I was wearing the Adidas about the Sebagos. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we're going to clown you when you're not wearing the Sebagos for wearing the Sebagos. When you got Converse, no. Well, they weren't Patrick Ewings. They were Adidas Instincts. They looked like Ewings, though. They were pretty sharp. And, yeah, so that's that. So CJ's at this party Mickey's at this party showing me picture of bitch after bitch after bitch after bitch. Where you working at, Mickey? I ain't working right now. I tell him about the UPS gig. I made $200 there in my first, and the one day I worked orientation, I got $200. The check will be coming. And I also got hired back on with them too. I'll talk more about that later. So I got to go to the new event hire Saturday, but this is off topic. He's showing me bitch after bitch after bitch, and I'm desensitized to these women because they're black women and I know what they're about. So I'm really not all that interested in looking at them. I'm just interested in talking to him because I ain't seen him in a while since he went to North Carolina. To tell you what this nigga did, I'm finally going to get to it. He took his 401k out, which was about $40,000, moved to North Carolina to get with one of them women he met on the internet. It didn't work out. His mother and them had to come get him because he went through all the money. Didn't even have a car to get himself back home. So he's not working now. Told him about the UPS job. He don't want it because he don't want to move boxes like he did at Walmart when he was in North Carolina. That's his prerogative. So he's showing me more pictures of women. CJ, where you living at? Oh, I'm with my mom right now. Showing me more pictures. CJ, what you driving? Oh, I ain't got no wheels. I got to ride up here with Porky. Okay. So he got where I was going with that. He stopped showing me pictures, obviously. So that's how he knew it. Yo, I'm not interested in hearing and seeing these women that I would never deal with if they wanted to deal with me. I don't want to see it no more. What are you doing with your life that's productive? Nothing. Okay? Basically, is what it is. But see, that goes to the caliber of the women that he's dealing with. If you're CJ's, damn, Mickey's 40. So, you know, any woman that's age appropriate is old enough to know that, you know, really at age 30 is when the women and the men should start showing some productivity and stability to make them more attractive to these women. Because, did I say it? That Alfalfa's probably the most attractive. Yeah, he would be the most attractive out of all of us because he got the most shit. He got like $3 million in assets. I was just talking to him about it. He the one told me about this shit going on with Mickey, taking the 401k and messing his money up and coming back not wanting to go to work. Then the boy come through the bar because they shut down the bar. Like one ghetto cousin, Spanky, owns a bar in Chester, and they shut it down to let us go in there and party, drink, and smoke. There wasn't even no women there. That's what I liked about it. None. It was a MGTOW party. Now, it's not like we broke out into a circle jerk or nothing, no. But we just didn't have no women there. And I like that. And so, yeah. So you can be all for the broads and wear them trendy man shits and still get women, but what do you have to show for your life? That's what's important. Some people would say, oh, you must be jealous. No. I don't live with my mother. I got a car. And I got enough cash to buy one of these, to rent them if I want to so choose. That's what he was doing. That's how he went through the money. And you notice how I'll end the video on this. You notice how them NFL players wear that clown shit? Remember that? I haven't really watched the draft since the Ezekiel Elliott draft. Remember what he was wearing at the draft? The only ones that looked presentable in that draft was Jared Goff. He looked like he was ready to go to work. He had a business-looking suit on, conservative, dark blue, looking like a man. The rest of these niggas look like clowns. You can even look at these end zone dances. How feminine. These niggas raised by single moms shaking their hips. There's no man that should want to go out and shake his fucking hips.